Alright, in this tutorial we are going to draw Olaf from your favorite movie. A lot of your favorite movies are two, Frozen and Frozen 2. Okay, here we go. Now, with Olaf, you can start off with a circle. Remember, a lot of mine, I just start off with lines just to get us into the drawing quickly, just to get some pencil marks on the paper, right? Olaf has sort of a head that goes like this, so it gets very thin down here. So you can start with a little line down here if you want. We might not end up at that spot, but so up in this area, this is where I'm gonna have sort of a cross area. His nose is going to be right up in this area here. I'm going to start curving this. And he has a carrot nose, so as you move away, kind of curve this down and it's going to come to a point at the end here. Same with this. Curve, straight line, and then curves in. You have a little curved point there at the end. Something like that. Now you can go ahead and add these other curved lines. This is going to give the effect of a carrot. So I leave a little space and then curve it like so. There's your carrot. And as we're going to have like a line here, as this starts curving, you're going to have a line here that curves up and away. And like a little hill going on here, like so. Right in this area, this is where you're going to have a circle. It's going to be his first eye. Like so. And up the top here, this would be like a little eyelid, so you're going to have a very thin line that cuts in, like so. Now you want to add his pupil, so another circle. And then you'll have another small circle in there and leave it white, like so. And then go ahead and darken in around that. Just gives him life. Then you're going to have a circle or kind of like an oval that comes up and over. It's going to be his second eye. And like another little eyelid. So it's just adding a curve in there, gives you that lid. And you can go ahead and draw a little line here, make sure that like those are diagonal to each other. We're going to go ahead and draw another circle for his eye. Add another little circle in there and then fill all that in. Sometimes I come over to these and try to make them sort of the same size just by feeling it, like going over it and saying, okay, that's about right. I'm just going to add a little bit more to that. There you go. Okay, now you're going to have coming up, you leave a little space here, and coming up and over, you're going to have his eye, brow. This side, something like that. This is going to start curving a little bit more, so I add a little bit more to that, because right in this area I'm going to have a line that comes up. As it comes to the top, it's going to curve and then curve down. that's the top of his head, right? As this line comes down, it's going to curve in and then out, going around that carrot nose, and then cut in here. See how I have the line that cuts in? And right around this area, this is where we're going to have that smile coming back. See, I'm just moving my wrist just to bring that smile back to this area that we started up in here. So kind of the middle of this, and have a line, and then something like that. We'll go back up to the top, and we'll draw a line coming up, kind of coming out. You can make these however you want. These are his branches that are used for his hair. The center one is longer, and it just kind of comes up like this. He's got these little tiny little branches that come off of them. So they're just basically lines, and you can make them however you want. I'll just make it like that. This middle one's longer, and then this one's longer than this one. Okay, now it's time to bring character into Olaf. So pretty much lined up with this carrot nose, the outer edge of it, you'll have his tooth. Like so. It kind of curves as it comes down. It's not completely pointy on the edge. Then, as this cuts in, this is where the line is going to come down. We were pretty close with that, but probably not that far down. So probably right around here, this is where you're going to have a curved line. And that's going to come all the way up. Well, let's curve it a little bit more. I think we have to make his neck a little bit thicker. And as this comes up, it's going to curve into that line we made for the smile. Right? So there's the head of Olaf. Now, when you're doing his body, these lines aren't, it's more like curved on the edge and then curve across, because he is a snowman. And then these, I guess coal or whatever, this isn't straight circle, so you wouldn't want to do a straight circle. You go ahead and fill that in. There's like a little line on that too to give it some dimension. I feel like I should come down a little bit more with this. Now the bottom, so I'm going to come up with this. I'm going to make this whole circular area too. So see how it comes across? It's not a perfect circle, it's just like kind of comes down and curves over here and then curves up. And then you're going to add two more of those, I guess what, coal? And those aren't really circular. They're circular, but they're more like square-like. There's a little bit of curve going on. You can kind of make them however you want. Fill them in. So right at the top, as this starts coming down just slightly, that's where you're gonna have his line coming up. It's coming out diagonally. Just kind of make it wavy as it's coming up, because it is a stick. And you have one little coming up kind of straight and then up. It's like his hand. just coming up and then coming back down in. I remember where I'm going, so as I come up, I'm like, okay, eyeing this. You can go ahead and fill all this in. So it's him waving at you. And then we'll bring this arm in. So as this comes down, you're going to go right in this area here. Curve it up top here. I'm going to fill it as I'm coming down. And just as it gets to the bottom here, that's when you're going to start making the fingers. Just kind of like wavy lines, but you got to come up and down, little mountains there. And this comes all the way up, cuts out. It is like a real hand, basically. And every cartoon character basically has only 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because back in the day it was easier to draw 4 than constantly draw 5. Last thing to do is curved squares, I call them, for his feet. There's Olaf. You can fill this nose in a little bit if you want to color it. He's white and these are brown and brown up here, and then that's it. There's Olaf. And he likes warm hugs. So that's it. There's how to draw Olaf. I guess each one of these videos is about 10 to 15 minutes. You can go around and erase this area if you want. Some people like to see those lines. Go ahead and sign it. I have a JL and then I put the year 20. So that's how to draw Olaf. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm doing a lot more of these. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.